welcome back. I haven't been on here for quite a while. I thought I would pop on and do a little of my September favorites, and I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to do my makeup with my favorites, and then I'll do a separate video with my skincare favorites. I did record a get ready or get unready with me, but it didn't turn out right. Okay, let's get started. This is one of my favorites. It's a newer product to me, but I still like it. It's Milani. Light is kind of bright. There you go. And it's the Rose Primer Prep and Hydrate. And I just love the way this makes my skin feel. Favorite foundation of the month for September was the Age Perfect L'Oreal Powder Foundation. And this is the Creamy Powder Foundation, and I picked the color Warm Beige. I get a lot of redness, so I like to pick a color that has more yellow to get rid of that or make it look better. And I've been putting this on with either a sponge or a brush, something like this. Oh, here it is. This is the one that I prefer. If this is like in the rotation to be washed, then I use this round one. But they're each pretty dense. This is far more dense than this one. And so let's try some. Now this is a really unique product because most powders are drying and not really the best if you're going to use them for a foundation. And I'm just using the screen of my iPad as my mirror, and if I need to look elsewhere, I'll look that way for a little more detail. I have another mirror. But this one, it's very creamy, but not like oily. And it's like a light to medium coverage. You can build it up. One night I went out with my husband and I wanted to look like extra good. And so I did build it up to a full coverage, but it's not something that I would want to wear every day. I would wear this every day, but building up to full coverage every day is really not for me. I don't work out of my home, so I don't have to have makeup on for hours of the day, and there are some days that don't even have any makeup on, believe it or not. Okay, so that gave a really nice coverage. Like I said, it's light to medium, but I sort of prefer that nowadays. All right, now the next product is this Tarte Cc, and this is the under eye corrector, and I forget what this is called all the time. And as you can see, I way hit pan, but I have a backup. Products that I really like, I try to get a backup, especially if I've hit pan. And for a while I couldn't find this at Sephora, and I honestly thought they stopped making it, but now I see quite a few. So I think it's one of those products that maybe they didn't sell a lot, and so they were sort of getting rid of, and then they realized people wanted it. Then this is just a Real Techniques brush. It's not a favorite, but I use it to blend that corrector. It does a nice job. It's not going to completely correct because I do have lines. I do have wrinkles, I do have darkness. But it's getting better with the product that I'm going to show in my skincare routine. Now if I need extra coverage, like around here sometimes I like to put a little bit. I really like the Tarte Shape Tape. And I have it in the medium. I probably should have got light medium, but I was thinking for under the eyes that I wanted to not brighten, around the nose a little bit, not brighten the color, but to like cover it, if that makes sense. I think sometimes when we use concealers, we want to brighten, but we get far too light of a shade, and then it doesn't brighten. It sort of emphasizes it. That's what I was trying to think. And then I just go like a little bit over the top of my nose. Just like that. And this is good too, like here I have a little mark, but it's, I can cover it. It gets a little red, but days that I just don't want to tolerate it, I just do a spot conceal. And there, it's not gone, but it's not like as red. So that's another of my favorites for the month. Lip balm has been very important because of wearing masks. I haven't been using a lot of like bright lipsticks, but I received this lip balm, and it's by the company Boost, and it's in the color Coral, but it's one of those lip balms that it's a color enhancing, so whatever undertone you have on your lips, it will mimic that. And it does kind of do a little peachy pink. So this is something I keep in my handbag. Absolute favorite. As far as eyeshadow palettes, I've been loving the Essentials 2 by Violet Voss. And these are the colors. So, so pretty. And then I also like the Studio Makeup Easy to Wear eyeshadow palette. This is great for an everyday look. So let's try putting a little bit of my favorite colors. Okay, on the Studio palette, I go in with the color Dusk, which is sort of a pink tone. And I don't usually wear primer for my eyeshadow. I don't really have a problem with my shadow staying. So I'm one of those lucky ones. And I just put that all over the movable lid. And this, what I'm doing is really creating kind of like an everyday kicking around look. And I always like to put a darker color in the crease. So I'm just taking this fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in with a matte color. And it's this one, which is called Bear. This is just like the perfect everyday palette. It sort of reminds me of the old, a little much, too much there, Urban Decay Naked, the original. I actually wish they would bring that back because that was really a nice palette. That was one of those palettes that when I first bought it, I thought, it's okay, because I like a lot of color too. And then after I used it for a while, or a few times, I really started to like it. See, just like put a little of that in there, blend it really good. I like these Morphe brushes. I would consider them a favorite of the month. They blend very nice. And I think I've said it before, I don't get into all the politics of the different rumors in the beauty community, so if I like a product, I like it. Now I want to highlight the brow bone, and I'm going to do it in a matte color, and this is Lace. Sort of like Brulee by MAC. I already did my eyebrows off camera. An eyeliner that I've been loving is this Hank & Henry Stick With It, and it's a, you can hear that? It's a gel eyeliner? No, not gel. What do you call these? Liquid eyeliner. And I'm going to need a little bit, I'm going to need a mirror that's a little bit closer. I just kind of look down and I take it sideways and go all across the lash line. And I think using a liquid liner, the biggest thing about using them is not to freak out. You can always go back, take a little cotton bud, and put a little bit of makeup remover or a micellar water and clean up if you've made a little bit of a mess. just remain kind of very calm in there. I love this eyeliner. It lasts for hours. I mean, I have to take it off because it just doesn't wear off, and it's great. Now, I didn't add a blush to my favorites, but I do have one that I've been liking a lot, so I'm just going to kind of add it now. This is the Cheek Kiss by Milani. So you can see I've been trying different drugstore products just to see if I like them or not. And I put a little bit on my hand, and then with my finger, it's very pigmented. So I just feel for, like, this is the highest part of my cheek, and then I go all the way around. This one, I put a little too much, but I can always blend it. And I'll show you a trick if you don't know how you can make your blush not, if you put too much, how you can blend it without ruining, you know, what you've done. So, like, there's a little too much on this side, I think. Maybe a little bit on this side. So what I do is just take a compact, and my favorite is by Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Airbrush Flawless Foundation in number 2. I have, this is probably my third compact. You take a little bit on a fluffy brush, tap it off, and just go in there and blend. And that will take away some of that blush that you put on, that you might think, I'm gonna hit that top point. And then while I'm at it, I'm just gonna put this in the T-zone. Even though I have powder foundation, this powder foundation is very creamy and it dries to a pretty glow, but I get too glowy in the T-zone. So now I have my little thing there. The next thing that I have really loved is this mascara by Fenty Beauty. I'm trying to show you the, there you go. And it is the full frontal, and the color is 'Cause I'm Black. And it has a really different brush. With this mascara, I don't have to really curl my lashes. I just go right into the root. And it starts to make my eyelashes look really pretty. I do about 2 to 3 coats of this, and my husband compliments me all the time. He's like, there you have your lashes on. I'm like, they're mine. They just have mascara. And just let it dry a little bit in between, and it'll dry like while I'm doing this one. This coat dried. Then I go back. Go in there. And of course, I work on them a little longer when I'm not filming, but I don't want to take all your time watching me put on mascara, because that's quite boring. Another product that I found at Walmart, Target, that's a great drugstore product, is this NYX or NYX Bear With Me Prime, Set, and Refresh. And it says that it's a multitasking spray, which you can use for many different things. Like if you have a dark eyeshadow, you want to make it into a liner, you spray the brush, and I'll do that for you some time in another video. But I like to use this just as all over kind of setting, misting, cooling spray. So those were my favorite products of September. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry that I'm looking all over, but it's hard with you record with the iPad and you don't know which way to look, so at least I'm looking straight, right? I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you have a great morning, afternoon, day, evening, night, whatever time of day you are watching this. Stay safe and be well, and I'll be back on soon. Bye-bye.